Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, April 25th, 2018. I'm Fredicia Liebert. Ambassador Designate Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Kosovo, Her Excellency Zena Rudi, paid a courtesy call to the office of the Premier, the Honorable Mark Brantley, on Tuesday, April 24th. Premier Brantley, who is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis, welcomed the ambassador to the Federation and, more specifically, to the island of Nevis.
She'll be based in Panama, but we'll have responsibility for diplomatic relations between our country and Kosovo. Kosovo declared its independence in 2008, and St. Kitts and Nevis would have recognized them in 2012, and since that time we've been steadfastly trying to build our relationship. My mandate as Minister of Foreign Affairs is to widen and deepen relations with existing friends and certainly to seek out new friends. We're particularly pleased that in 2016, Kosovo would have signed a visa waiver agreement with us, allowing nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis to travel without a visa to Kosovo for up to 90 days and vice versa. So we have already, I think, the building blocks for good relationship.
Ambassador Rudi is currently in the Federation to present her credentials to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis as the first ambassador from Kosovo to be accredited to St. Kitts and Nevis since Kosovo's independence in 2008.
It's a great honor to be here as the first representative of my country to your beautiful country. And specifically, since I'm saying hello to the people of Nevis, great to be here. What a spectacular view, what a good energy of the people. I cannot wait to work more with your government to deepen our relationship as a country, but also to increase our exchange between the people, between the government, and to the betterment of our countries and our relations. So thank you so much for this very warm welcome. I'm really honored to be here.
Ambassador Rudi was accompanied by Minister Consular at the Embassy of the Republic of Kosovo, Nasser Miftari, and escorted by Thuvia France of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Residents of Brown Hill community were given an opportunity on Monday, April 23rd, to have their concerns about the soon-to-commence Brown Hill Road Rehabilitation Project addressed. A panel consisting of Premier and Area Representative for St. John's, the Honourable Mark Brantley, Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Spencer Brand, Permanent Secretary Dr. Ernie Stapleton, Principal Assistant Secretary Denzel Stanley, and Director Raoul Pemberton fielded questions about the project, which will be undertaken by the Public Works Department.
The existing road is very narrow, and we are aiming to widen that to give you a comfortable road, not just for you, the pedestrian, but those persons who are driving, the motorists. So from the onset, I will say that most of the properties, at least 85% of the properties, will be affected. That is, we are going to encroach on your property. If you have retaining walls, they're going to come down. But, as was said earlier, we are going to put them back up. The total project of the Brown Hill main thoroughfare is just about 2 kilometers in length. The works, the proposed works, include but not limited to the clearing of the sides, some improvement in the drainage, earthworks, clearing, excavation, retaining walls construction, boundary walls construction, guardrails, bridge construction, and asphalting of the road marking, and some other road signs.
According to Pemberton, a new bridge will also be constructed east of the current one.
That area there is quite dangerous to the motorists. It's pretty narrow, and we have what you call an S-curve there. You're coming down a hill, 2 hills on either side rather, and you're going around in an S. So it's quite dangerous. So for safety purposes, we are looking at realigning that area.
The Brown Hill Road Rehabilitation Project is expected to take place in 2 phases.
From just above Sandy to the Brown Hill Communication Road. That is a total of 3,600 feet. and we are looking at constructing a width of 17 feet. We are going to have along the way some curbs, some slipper drains, U-drains, and we hope to have enough walkway so persons can traverse on foot safely there. It's not going to be paved walkway, but it's going to be a grass walkway. It is expected that this section is going to be completed by the 24th of January in 2019. The second phase of the road, from the Groundwater Communication Road, that's just at the dam there, over to the Island Main Road intersection. And we have a total of 2,700 feet by a width of 17 feet. And that is estimated to be completed on around the 13th of September. 2019.
According to Pemberton, the Public Works Department intends to produce a quality product of high standard. With funding assistance from Global Environment Facility (GEF), Small Grants Program, and United Nations Development Program (UNDP), the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society (NHCS) is facilitating a reforestation drive in the New River Coconut Walk area. On Sunday, 22nd April, a team visited the site at New River, where they hosted an information session on the project for persons present. Executive Director of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, Nicole Liburd, went into detail about the ongoing project.
Where our project coordinator, the former Director of Agriculture, Mr. Amri, along with our landscaper, Ms. Jenny Laurie, will be giving information to the public on the type of plants that we will be looking to source, the type of work that we would like to see done in the next year to totally change the landscape that we see here. We are also encouraged because we think this will be a pilot project that we can take around the island, and we're hoping that other groups, led by our example, will now take on the much needed work of reforesting much of Nevis's coastline, as well as some areas, again, of New River to help protect the farmlands just up above.
Liburd also asked for the help of persons on the island.
We're looking to start planting in a few months' time in the rainy season. So what we're expecting the next few months to be is more about public awareness, sourcing of plants. We're asking persons to propagate plants at home. So we have received some commitment for a lot of the plants that we will need. So we're looking at planting season going into maybe in about 4 to 5 months when the place is much wetter, and we're hoping to put them in the ground. But work will be continuous over here. As Mr. Amri would have said in his speech, we don't want plants to just come and finding it very difficult to grow. So we're looking to try and propagate them, bring them down as early as possible so they can acclimatize back into the coastline. And a lot of them will be plants that are indigenous to the area.
Interested persons can contact the NHCS at 869-469-5786 or their Facebook page at Nevis Historical and Conservation Society. The NHCS is partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture, New River Farmers Cooperative, Ministry of Tourism, as well as the local community. Still to come,
I want you to start to think about what you want your career choice to be.
the details after this break.
Culturama is the premier cultural festival of Nevis, and it is celebrated annually over the Emancipation Day weekend. And there is some significance in the date why Calvin Cabo Howell chose the Emancipation Day weekend. That weekend is when we celebrate the emancipation of our forefathers from slavery back in 1834. July 26th until August 7th, 2018, we will celebrate the 44th anniversary of this festival.
Welcome back. The National Association of Administrative Professionals joined the observance of Administrative Professionals Day today, Wednesday, April 25th. The day recognizes the work of secretaries, administrative assistants, receptionists, and other administrative support professionals.
One of our activities for this year is in the form of a workshop. The association's aim and goals are to ensure that our administrative professionals are empowered, that they're educated, that they are professional in their day-to-day running of the offices.
Carla Daniel, head of the steering committee of the National Association of Administrative Professionals, Nevis chapter, chaired the opening ceremony. The seminar was facilitated by Daldrea Penny of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
And I trust that you would really pay attention and go away with something to share with the others back in the office. I work at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank as an administrative officer. I hold a bachelor's degree in management and a master's in human resource. So this morning we're going to be looking at enhancing the administrative professional and also the office. If you enhance yourself, then you'll be able to enhance the office. So that's basically what we will be discussing this morning. Starting off with meeting fundamentals. Then we're going to have the administrative professional as a strategic partner. And then finally we'll have creating ways to make the office more productive.
On Administrative Professionals Day, employers and supervisors arrange events to show their appreciation of the work carried out by administrative professionals, to highlight their importance to the organization, and to enhance their work-related skills. And finally,
the purpose of this activity is to engage students to be young leaders and to have them experience firsthand some of the career opportunities available to them. Also, the students will be educated on the importance of the Sustainable Development Goals, as these careers are all aligned with such goals.
Youth Development Officer Lanissa Burke outlining the purpose of the 5th annual Be Your Career Choice Day, hosted by the Department of Youth and Sports in celebration of Youth Month. Today's Be Your Career Choice Day saw a total of 12 students from the primary and secondary schools on the island performing the roles of professionals who are currently engaged in traditional and non-traditional careers. The student from the St. James Primary was placed at the Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, the student of the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary at the Charlestown Police Station, the St. Thomas's Primary, the Ministry of Health, Charlestown Primary student at the Charlestown Preschool, Maud Cross Preparatory at the Physical Planning Department, Montessori Academy student at the Nevis Water Department, Ivor Walters Primary student at the Four Seasons Resort in the field of engineering, Joyceling Liebert Primary on the motor vessel Apple Cider. The Nevis Academy student was stationed at the Department of Agriculture, Charlestown Secondary School at the Alexandra Hospital, Gingerland Secondary School at the Social Services Department, and the Nevis International Secondary School at Lime Beach Bar at Pinnis. The Director of Youth in the Department of Youth and Sports, Anola Claxton, encouraged the children to begin thinking about their careers.
I want you to start to think about what you want your career choice to be. Because when you set your goals, it's easier for you to work towards them, okay? I will be honest with you. Sometimes you might change your minds a few times because you're still a bit young. But as of now, when you set your goals, you start doing what you need to accomplish and achieve them. Setting your goals will help you to be focused, right? I always say that if you don't know where you're going, you won't know what actions to take to get there. But if you know where you're going, you'll be focused and do what you're supposed to do to get there.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, gave words of advice to the children.
That when you go out to a work environment, tell yourself that you would not stay where you started. You know, you have entry levels, and there are different levels, of course, up the corporate ladder. For example, let me bring it real. I see a police here. There are different positions in the police force. You can start off, usually you start off, say, as a constable, and then you move up to a corporal, sergeant, inspector, you could be assistant commissioner of police, deputy commissioner of police, even the commissioner of police. You see how many positions there? You do not have to stay where you started. You are expected to climb the corporate ladder.
The students participated in the activity for 2 hours, then returned to the department where they shared their experience with their peers. That's how we wrap up this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.